Ishabon and Guru in the house, back with another Arsenal News episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is big. This episode is definitely going to be super big because, nope, that's not what she said. But trust me, I have a lot of news. I really don't have any time to waste. Let's just jump into it. Number first, we're going to talk about Alex Lacazette's injury because Arteta came up with the official statement about Alex Lacazette being injured, and he believes that it doesn't look good at all. So, Alex Lacazette was, as you have seen tonight's match, he was off. Forced off due to an injury, so he was replaced by Eddie Nketiah. So Arteta said after the game, he said, Lacazette has done his hamstring, it's not good news. That's why we rotated some players, because some players weren't recovered yet, but we cannot change all the players, so it's tough to see. And shortly after that interview, Arteta sat down for his post-match press conference and was asked again about Lacazette. He says, we'll have to see how long he will be out for. We'll have the scan probably on Tuesday to see the extent of the injury and the timeline for it, but I don't know. I cannot tell if it's going to be week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks or 6 weeks. He felt something in his hamstring and we don't know the extent of it. We are all disappointed because we all know the moment that Laka was on. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what the official statement. Let's see at least until Tuesday we have. So Gabriel Magalhaes has tweeted out for the penalty that he gave. He is extremely welcoming all the criticism to it, and he's sorry about it. So he says, he tweets out, sad for the result today and for the penalty, but that will not let me down. These are the things of the game. Only those who understand football know what goes on inside the four lines. Keep working hard to improve. Say what you want. I accept the criticism. So I don't even remember when this happened last, but with a player coming out in an Arsenal shirt and agreeing his mistake. I love it. I love to see that. That's cool, isn't it? So moving on. So let's talk about the one, the only, that's the talk of the town, European Super League. What is this all about? What the hell are we going to talk about? So there'll be 6 teams from England that have actually signed a document that gives them the power to bypass literally every single one of them. UEFA, Premier League, every single league, to create a league of their own. A league of elites is what that is. So what is it all about? We're going to talk about it in flipping detail. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about it. And according to Mail Online, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United and Liverpool all confirmed their interest before Man City were the last one of the big 6 to agree to the proposal, a move that would effectively end domestic competition as we know it. The new league is the biggest move yet that would represent the increasing American influence in European football, with the division reportedly said to be financially supported by JP Morgan, with current Real Madrid president Florentino Perez serving as the figurehead for the entire league. Perez, along with 3 American owners of Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester United, are the key figures spearheading this project. While Perez would act as the league's chairman, Liverpool's John W. Henry, Joel Glazer of Man United and Arsenal's owner Stan Kroenke would enjoy roles as chairman. Well, and also Andre Agnelli of Juventus will be vice chairman according to Mail Sport. That's what a rumor is actually coming out. So would act as a position of the division's 4th vice chairman, despite his close ties to Alexander Seferin, president of UEFA, the governing body, who have since come out in public opposition of the idea. UEFA, I'll show you the official UEFA statement of what they think about it, and they are really, really angry with the whole statement. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So you'd be shocked, you'd be shell-shocked to know what UEFA thinks about this league. Then they don't want it. They don't want it. So this is what the official statement is. UEFA, the English Football Association, the EFA, and the Premier League, the Royal Spanish Football Federation, and La Liga, and the Italian Football Federation, and Lega Serie A have learned that a few English, Spanish and Italian clubs may be planning to announce their creation of a closed so-called Super League. This is the official UEFA Twitter account tweeting it, okay? They say, if this were to happen, we wish to reiterate that we, UEFA, the FA, all the leagues mentioned above, but also FIFA, are all member association, and all our member association will remain united in our efforts to stop this cynical project, a project that is founded on the self-interest of a few clubs at a time when society needs solidarity more than ever. We will consider all measures available to us at all levels, both judicial and sporting, in order to prevent this happening. Football is based on open competitions and sporting merit. It cannot be any other way. As previously announced by FIFA and the 6 federations, the clubs concerned will be banned from playing in any other competition at domestic, European or world level, and their players could be denied the opportunity to represent their national teams. We thank those clubs in other countries, especially the French and the German clubs, who have refused to sign up to this. We call on all lovers of football, supporters and politicians to join us in fighting against such a project if it were to be announced. This persistent self-interest of a few has been going on for too long. Enough is enough. This is a powerful statement coming from UEFA and all the federations, which I love, which I really do. So this is the official statement that they came up with. So Gary Neville on the UEFA Super League during commentary of Manchester versus Burnley, he said, I cannot focus on the game. They should deduct points from all 6 points that have signed up for it. Deduct points of them all. To do it during a season, it's a joke. Each of the would-be permanent members, according to NY Times, of the proposed Super League are being promised 350 million euros or $425 million to sign up. The event would, according to documents, generate hundreds of millions of dollars in additional revenue for the participating teams. That is what is on the line, ladies and gentlemen. How crazy is that? So, also according to dailymail.co.uk, Arsenal, all the 6 clubs have signed letters of intent to join a new Super League, which will be announced at 9:30 p.m. tonight. I don't even know if that's going to be announced. What is happening, I really don't know. But as things stand, it's going to be super difficult. But as we all move about it, let's talk about Arsenal's game. Stan Kroenke is the spearheading man from Arsenal. So, Granit Xhaka for Arsenal against Fulham. Most touches, most accurate passes, most duels won and most tackles. Unbelievable in the left back position. And 8 goalkeepers have created a chance in the Premier League this season. Matt Ryan is one of them and he was a target man tonight. Gabriel Martinelli completed more take-ons, 4 out of 4, and had more shots than any other player against Fulham. He also completed 91% of his passes and created 2 chances. And Dani Ceballos, 85 touches, 9 crosses, 6 duels won, 6 ball recoveries, 3 chances created, 3 fouls won, 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 shot on target, 1 goal ruled out by VAR. Arsenal had 70% ball possession, 18 shots, 12 shots inside the box, 5 on target, 88% passing accuracy, and could only draw against Fulham. That is the stats point of view. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about more stuff, Arteta on the game says Arsenal deserve 3 points without a doubt. You have to respect every opinion, but you ask me my opinion and I tell you that we totally deserve to win the match. And you have to look back at the chances we created. 2 goals disallowed and we conceded with 1 shot on target. We started really well, controlling the game and creating chances, scoring a goal that was disallowed in a very disappointing way. We kept going and didn't allow any shots on target, and suddenly we concede a penalty and the game changes completely. And talking about the Super League story, Arteta says, I don't know anything about it. Once I know every detail and I have all the information, then I can evaluate and give you an opinion. As of now, what I would say, I'm against this league, man. No, it does not make any sense. And Ketia says, we would have liked 3 points, but when I was called on, I wanted to make an impact. I'm delighted to get a goal and salvage a point for the team. And Dani Ceballos tweets out these images with the tweet caption being, we tried everything to the end, but we didn't get the right result, the victory to keep the spirit and to think about the next game. Well, unlucky that goal was chalked out, and yeah, that is that, ladies and gentlemen, about this game. So official statement is a disgrace. But if Saka was a size 7, all the Arsenal fans are against VAR for the goal ruled out. So of Dani Ceballos. So here are the fresh tweets of Arsenal fans. One said, if Saka scores, there with a big toe, I get the VAR call, but nothing of the sort. 2 further actions in the play leading to goal. Another one says, that's unbelievable. How does Saka have any advantage there? Another one said, goal ruled out by Saka's big toe was offside. It's crazy how it's ruled out for offside. It was perfectly good goal. Need to get rid of VAR, killing the emotion of the game. Another one said, Saka should have trimmed his toenails this morning. Another one said, VAR needs to be changed. There needs to be clear separation between the attacker and the defender, and or use center of the body, not legs or arms. So stupid that offsides on Saka. Crazy stuff. All the Arsenal fans lost on it. But Mikel Arteta reveals what he feels about Matt Ryan, how he actually comes out in the training. He says, yes, he actually wants Matt Ryan in. But Matt Letizia is stunned by what happened in Arsenal's match today. Tessier has taken to Twitter to give his reaction to the controversial penalty decision against Arsenal today. Tessier says, if that's a penalty, the game's gone. Matt Letizia says, If that's a penalty to Fulham, the game is gone. And my God, I don't even have words more to add to it. So, Alassane Plea, if you know the player who is actually playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach, he looks set to exit Borussia Mönchengladbach as they seek to cut costs following a tough Bundesliga season. A run of poor form means that the club are unlikely to seal Champions League football once more, facilitating a reshuffle of their squad. Arsenal, Leicester and West Ham have previously been linked with the 28-year-old. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. Let me know in the comments what you guys actually feel about the European Super League. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.